So,
what do I start with?
all
right. So what we've just figured out, I always usually start my videos with all right, and I've just noticed that Chris starts them with so it's Wednesday, just finished a run, so it's Thursday. But anyway, so we're going to do something a little bit different with our video. We're doing a pre-talk instead of a post wrap up, and we've combined 2 weeks of training together in one video, so now we're up to date with our training pretty much, so we're not a week behind. So yeah, we'll have a little bit of a chat now before you'll see what we get up to. How about we kick it off with just an update on your injury?
Yeah, so I had the MRI, and it turns out I've got what's called a iliopsoas burstus, which is basically an anti-friction device in your that's nice. Anti-friction device in your hip, in between your muscles in your hip, and that is quite inflamed, and then there's some tendon pathology or damage as well. But look, at the moment that basically just means no running until I see the specialist. I'm going to see a running specialist the day after I see the hip specialist, and yeah, so that's in about 2 weeks, so the next 2 weeks look a bit different.
You also still have the fracture in your knee.
Correct. So yeah, it's a good time to just deload on that and load up on my running, my cycling and my swimming. So last 2 weeks have been pretty big on that already, but I think the next 2 weeks might be just as big, if not bigger. So last week I did about, the week just gone, about 650, nearly 700 kilometres on the bike, and the week before I think was about 550, and about 15 k's in the pool last week, and then 10 I think the week before. So that's going to increase now that I know what's going on.
And you've started your weights.
And I've started some weight programs, so I'm going to do 3 gym
sessions.
3 gym sessions, replacing sort of my 3 runs. So that's going to be what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future, or at least for the next 2 weeks. So I'll be doing my general strength stuff every day, but then that extra stuff so 3 times a week.
Yeah, because you found out your left glute is much weaker from a previous hip injury, like
Correct.
when you broke your hip a couple of years ago. So go into that.
Well, my left glute is almost non-existent, so then apparently that's what's causing extra stress on my hip flexors on the right hand side, so something to do with how your hips rock and try and align themselves. And then so yeah, just using these 4 weeks to sort of build that up, then I'm going to have to maintain that strength program. I think I was pretty lucky in my cycling. My coach, my cycling coach, Jesse Coyle, was a fan of not doing gym workout because it would take, fatigue and that you could have been cycling, and I actually believe that. I don't think that, especially for the type of cyclist I was, it wasn't as important, but as a runner now, I think I'm going to have to do that moving forward. So yeah, that's the plan with that. So.
And for me, I've actually been pretty consistent with my training, especially the last week and the week before. I seem to have turned a corner with sort of finding that love again for it. And yeah, it feels pretty good. Paces not where I would like them to be, or where I think they used to be. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm running to plan, and it's feeling good. Feels good to have that sort of spark back in there. Instead of dreading a session, I'm actually enjoying it, which I'll explain in the video to come. And I've been learning to try and run in my heart rate, ride in my heart rate zones a bit better. Not successful at it yet because I seem to have a very high heart rate as it is, and Kelly just goes all in or nothing pretty much. So coach has got me riding in some zones. Did you want to
close to zone 2? So we're trying to get her to do some zone 2 rides, so she can increase that volume, because you just can't increase the volume on the at the at the velocity that you're going at. You just can't. We need to push your volume with some of the things we've got coming up. There's the mitochondrial adaptation that happens at those lower zones that doesn't happen at a higher zone. And because you're running at such a high heart rate, we don't need to do that tempo stuff on the bike. We might be doing some threshold stuff on the bike, some shorter efforts in the coming weeks to sort of push your threshold and some of those adaptations up. But generally speaking, in the next sort of 4 weeks at least, we're just going to be really concentrating on most of your rides are going to be that zone 2 sort of easy, so that we can maintain them and push that volume. So
which feels good, because I can't really run do a run session with my heart rate under 170. It'll pretty much be walking, and I understand the benefits of walking, but Queenstown half marathon is in 5 weeks, so I think I've found a really good balance with the running, cycling. It seems to be working well, and it feels good to have turned that corner. So 5 weeks to go for my Queenstown half. Obviously Chris is not running. He was going to run the full, but we've had to pull the pin on that with his injury, and we're looking forward to going back. That we'll take you guys with us. We'll do lots of filming, because Queenstown in New Zealand is beautiful, and that's where we got engaged, so it's special to go back. You're taking your bike over, so you do a bit of cycling, so we get some footage of some New Zealand cycling, and that's pretty much it. Our pre-wrap up. Now you guys get to see what we've done for the last 2 weeks, a little bit of vlogging and whatnot. We've had a few people ask about nutrition, especially you, so we'll do a upcoming video on that one. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I know it's just that thing that everyone says in their YouTube videos, but we're just starting out our channel, so getting those subscribers and the likes or comments, it really helps, keep us in the loop with everything. And I hope you enjoy this video, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Chris doing his exercises, hey? You want to talk a little bit about it? Just a little bit.
Trying to strengthen up my glutes, because apparently I don't have any strength in my left glute still from my hip injury, and that's potentially what's causing my right hip issue. So
you've been out here every morning?
Every morning since. So doing sit-ups and some strength exercises, so that's where you're going to find me every morning.
So this is dedication. This is someone who wants it. No, this is true. You can laugh all you want. Like, most people get injured and they get these exercises from their physio or whoever, and they're like, do it once, and they're like, nah, can't be bothered. And that's the honest truth. And I'm one of those people. I've never been injured much. But, this just shows how hungry Chris is. Like, he's going to Kona, and that's all there is to it.
Got to start running first.
You'll get there, baby.
So today's an interesting ride. Coach has made me put my heart rate strap on, and I have to stay in zone 2. So far I've averaged just over 23 k's an hour, because I have to keep my heart rate down and in zone 2, which Kelly's not really good at. It's all in or nothing, especially with my runs. I've always had a high heart rate anyway, so this is kind of enjoyable though. I'm not huffing and puffing, just cruising. Sunday long run is done and I have a big smile on my face. I did 14 kilometers today. I did an hour and a half and it felt so bloody good. I can't express to you how good I feel about this, because it's been the first time in 3 years that I've actually got that spark and love again. I'm not dreading going and doing my session. I'm looking forward to it. Look, the pace is still slow. It was 6:29 pace. Those paces are not even close to what I used to run at, but there was no stops apart from I had to stop at some traffic lights. And I just could have kept running. Hip flexors were a bit but yeah, I felt so good and that makes me really happy.
So just at the pool, gonna have a quick dip. It's pretty quiet here today. So far I'm the only one here, so not really sure what I'm going to do. Probably some hundreds, just keep myself in the pool at the moment until tomorrow when next block will start. So yeah, just might do a long warm up and then, you know, maybe 10, 15 by hundreds and then a cool down. So nothing too exciting, but not too often you get the pool to yourself. So on a beautiful day like this, it's a little bit chilly, but yeah, I'll take it. Push. Come on. Come on. Up. Up, up. Good job. Okay. Having fun, Dale? Today you're having fun?
Yeah.
Loving it?
Trying to hang on. Alright, Christo, what do you got? Delivery day?
Delivery day. It's a new front wheel for my, I'd say my time trial bike, but I suppose I might as well start calling it my triathlon bike.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone loves a good unboxing. What do we got?
It's a second-hand wheel. Well, I actually used to be sponsored by this brand, but when I was, they didn't have these in stock, so couldn't get this. But it's a brand new quad spoke, well, not brand new, but it's a Cadex time trial bike, time trial wheel.
Very nice.
So yeah, this is going to replace my AliExpress tri-spoke.
Very nice.
Yeah, the girls. There you going.
Story about the joke about the thief in the night.
Had a couple of hours on the bike in Savo. A pretty good session. A lot of stuff, about half of it on the full pad, which is always good. Yeah, good for that strength, rest the legs. Pretty good tip for, you know, new people starting swimming and worried about it, and then always having that fatigue of running and cycling is, you know, use the pool aids to your advantage. You know, the pool pad can really, it's really good for triathletes. With always having dead legs, you can still get that swimming done. you can still get through the water quite nicely while not having to kick and use your legs that are already dead from all your other exercises. So yeah, pretty good tip there, and yeah, good session done, and yeah, home to do a couple hours on the bike. Just finished up for the day, 2 hours on the trainer, 80 Ks, about 252 watts, 142 heart rate. Second workout of the day, I had my swim, which you just seen. It's a pretty good swim actually, so I didn't talk much about that, but it was, without that run fatigue, just starting to feel really good in the pool. I think I was a 116, 117 average per 100, which is probably the fastest without wetsuit swim I've had, with warm up and cool down. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
Just getting ready for a rise. Chris getting his bike ready. So it is a nice hot sunny day here in Sydney. So I just wanted to jump on and plug this again because I really, really like it. It's the organic sun care range. It's the zinc for your face. We're really loving it, aren't we, Chris?
Yes.
Big talker. I actually have a lot of sun damage and pigmentation on my face, which I'm a bit self-conscious of. Because this is slightly tinted, it actually takes most of that away. So this is amazing. It is SPF 50, it's water resistant, it's reef safe, it's 100% organic, it is vegan friendly, it ticks all the boxes. They're also an Aussie business just starting up, so I'm going to pop their profile in my story. Please give them a follow if you're not already, and yeah, I really can't love it enough.
All the people that you see in the light, and all the dreams up into the yard, when the pieces are standing beside, we are not going out. Can you see the Joker flying over? And she's standing in the field of clover, watching out every day. What would happen if we took her about the Joker and the thief. I said, I'll tell you all the story about the Joker and the thief. I said, that was all about the Joker and the thief and the